some of you may recognise me if you tuned into the sports section the other day. I head up both departments, so I have the joy of talking to you about public uniform services today. And our key message is really about being ready, respectful, safe, and we're looking for applicants that are motivated people who have clear passion for a career in the uniform services, and I'll talk about what that entails shortly. And the final point there is about making sure that you're eligible and suitable and to have that clear career path. I'll put my teeth in. As alluded to in previous presentations to this, there are certain standards and limitations and specifics that uniform services look for, and that can be based on things like medical history, personal fitness, underlying health issues, etc. So anyone who's looking for a career in the public uniform services, I would, seriously research the individual route that you want to take or the specific career you want to have a look at, and make sure that you meet the criteria at this point already, and double check what each service means by underlying health issues and things like that. So our job here really at the college is to get you ready for one of these roles, and we offer a range of programs. So we range right from level 1 all the way up to level 3 extended diploma, which is the equivalent to 3 A levels. So your lessons would be approximately 14 hours per week. So just to get onto the specifics of the entry requirements for those. Level 1 is very much subject to interview, so we're looking for people with a clear passion for the public uniform services or sport, and looking at what potential careers they might like doing. So if you're someone who enjoys being physically active and likes a challenge, then that might well be the entry in for you. For the majority of people in year 11 that would be looking to apply, ideally we'd be looking for you to apply on the level 3 extended diploma, which the entry requirements are 4 GCSEs at grade 4 and above, including English or maths. And I would reiterate, and I said this the other day, ideally both, just so you can dedicate more time to that process of developing your skills in the public uniform services. So what does a public uniform services course involve? Well, as you can see from the pictures on there, there's a wide range of skills and attributes, and our curriculum covers a wide offer. You can do anything from comms to reporting major incidents, to leadership, to physical training, and they make up big parts of our course. In the bottom left-hand corner of the screen there, you'll see an image of students on what we call morning parade. So students get used to doing drill and parade, and presenting themselves in their uniform, as you would if you were in active service or in duty. And we're very blessed. We have fantastic relationships with all the local AFCOs and services, fire brigade as well, and police service, who come in and give lots of talks, which is what's happening on the middle section of your picture there, where students are getting to work out scenario bases from army training. So if you're someone who's watched earlier presentations today from the Navy, etc., and thought, yes, that looks like something I really want to do, but maybe need that little bit more time to develop and further your studies. And also I'll allude to the previous presentation about what level you go in at. Obviously, the more qualifications you get behind your belt, the higher rankings you can progress to, and a lot quicker. So our students that go on, our alumni, they progress very quickly because they've got these level 3 qualifications behind them and they've secured their English and Maths GCSEs. So it's really important to have a think about the long-term future, and also giving yourself time to emotionally mature so that you're ready for a career in the public uniform service, because it is a job that comes with great responsibility regardless of the service that you pick to do. So I would say have a really good think about that and be really reflective. Am I ready for that? Am I ready to be placed in scenarios, particularly if you were going into the armed forces? You'd be put in very precarious situations and scenarios that can be very emotionally demanding, and sometimes that requires a little bit of development and time in order to get to that point. So what do our students go on to do? So here's Emma. Emma was a former level 3 public uniform service student here at the college. She's now training to be a medic in the Royal Navy at HMS Raleigh in Plymouth. And she went through the same processes as discussed in the previous presentation. Emma did 2 years with us, studying the public uniform services course, and we prepped her and got her ready. And we worked really closely with the Armed Forces Careers Office in Shrewsbury to get her ready the big part of it, as she said in her quote there, was about the fitness side of things, and a 1.5 mile run. And we simulate the PT and the fitness testing that you will receive when applying. We simulate that here as a college on a weekly basis. So on your PUS courses, we'll get you up to the fitness standards. So if you're someone who's watching previous presentations and thought, yes, I'd love to apply to the Navy, but I'm ever so worried about meeting the entry requirements from a fitness point of view, our courses help you get ready for that, really, and get you up to speed. And we've had some wonderful success stories of students that have come to us and could barely run quarter of a mile, they wouldn't mind me saying, and then by the time they leave us, they're flying through these tests with ease and with comfort, I would say, because they've become conditioned to it. So it's not just about the academic prowess that our courses can give you, but also the preparation for uniform service is what we really thrive on. So what do a lot of our students go on to here? So as you can see, one of our former students has gone on and received their Green Beret as a Royal Marine. And there's lots of university courses that you can push on to at the moment. Locally in the West Midlands, there's a large police recruitment drive at the moment. So a lot of our students are looking at policing degrees or policing apprenticeships with Staffordshire Uni after completing our courses, or going into public services management, law and policing, and like I say, a lot of going to active service with the armed forces. So what do those forces or services class as? So on the screen in front of you there are just some of the examples. So a lot of our students will apply to be what we call Pcsos, so Police Community Support Officers, as a stepping stone to going into full police officer service. And obviously as well, the Army, Navy, Royal Marines, the Air Force, Coast Guard, and some even go into a lot of social work. We study citizenship as units and government policy as well. And, a lot of our students really enjoy those elements and want to progress on to those careers. So we have a real diverse range and a really long line of successful alumni that have left us, and we produce these young people that, are ready for the next stages of their career in a whole array of uniform services. I think what I want to stress to everybody that's watching it is just make sure that you're very clear on what would be expected of you. And like I said in my sports presentation the other evening, start with the career that you think you might want. So if you wanted to join the Navy, be specific. What is it you want to do in the Navy? What is it you like the look of? And look at their websites. Look in detail at the roles that would be available to you based on your predicted grades, or if you were to do a level 3 course with us, what difference would that make? Would it get you in at a higher rank? Would it speed up your promotion routes? Potentially so. Some people, choose to go down the degree route after leaving us so that they can go into the Army or Navy, etc., as a ranking officer. And also those that go into the police force or fire service, look to progress quickly. So it's really important to have a clear plan. And when you interview with us, we will be, picking your brains about what sort of careers you have in mind. Are you aware of the entry requirements? We have 2 lecturers in the team that are a former Royal Marine and a former Royal Air Force police officer, both of which who've had time working in armed forces careers offices and have experience in policing as well. So we've got really up-to-date trade knowledge for the uniform services, and they can guide you based on your strengths and areas for development as to what they feel might be the right courses for you. And it will be that team that will be conducting those interviews with you. And like I say, they'll be looking at the specifics, because they'll be asking you the sorts of questions you would be asked if you were to walk into your local AFCO or police recruitment agency or apply to the fire service. We want to understand what people's motivations are. Are they aware of the expectations and what criteria they would need to meet as well, which is really, really important for us. The other things to mention, obviously on Wednesday evening, we had our open evening between 6 and 8, which was our virtual open evening. And we did a combined sport and public services section of that. It's not too late. You can still log on to our website and have a look at that. And also on our website is the link on the homepage to apply. So if you have looked at this presentation and thought, this may well be the course for me, I'm really interested, or I want to find out, I really urge people to apply and get an application into our student services team, and one of our members of staff will be in contact with you very shortly. We try to turn things around within a week of submitting applications. We try to speak to people as quickly as possible, not only to interview you, but also to give you as much information and guidance as we possibly can, because it's very important if it's your future career. And in a lot of these uniform services, you're not just full-time, you're super full-time. It becomes a way of life. Not just a career or a job. So we try and give you young people as much advice and guidance as we possibly can, based on the vast amounts of experience we have in the team. Like I say, a former serving Royal Marine and a Royal Air Force police officer who have a wealth of knowledge between them. And we're a fantastic team that provide, a curriculum that's full of your normal circumstances, a lot of trips, a lot of visits, a lot of talks from these externals that are listed on the slide in front of you. And we're all about bringing the curriculum to life. So there's a lot of doing rather than a lot of writing. There is a balance there to be had, with a mix of with physical training as well. So, I think if you are someone who's considering a career in any of those services listed on the presentation, I would urge you to consider one of our courses before going in, so that we can help you prepare, make you a stronger, better applicant, and hopefully be successful in achieving what you want to set out. But if you are someone who's thinking about applying, please do so via our website, which is telfordcollege.ac.uk, and get an application into us. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to hear what your passions are, and when you're booked in for an interview, we really want to hear about what sorts of forces, what sorts of services interest you, why, what's your inspiration, what's your motivation. Do you know the entry requirements? Do you know the health requirements as well behind that, and the fitness requirements as well? So as I say, there's lots there that you can have a think about and progress onto. But I do think there's a great deal there for everyone, really, that can help.